right, welcome to the Hypervision podcast. This is actually the number one podcast in the world, and we haven't even recorded an episode yet. You are listening to our first ever episode, and it's already number one. So just wait to see what we have in store. Even better things from here. I'm your host, Drew, and then your co-host.
Noah, hello.
And we are going to be trying to bring you the best possible podcast where really it's just two, no offense, idiots that talk about things they're probably not qualified to talk about out of our own head, because we feel like we are allowed to do that. I'll let Noah take it a little bit of why we want to do a podcast, what we think we can kind of get out of it and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like we're at a time when we kind of do this, just finishing up college, kind of going our own separate ways. We both like to talk, and I think we like to talk about similar things. And I just feel like this is just a fun thing to do, to share with the world that we can do a podcast and talk about what we want. So
yeah, we can talk about whatever we want. I'm kind of in the same boat there. This is mostly just a platform to where I can freely express my love for Mountain Dew. So I'm gonna do my best for.
Why not?
Maybe not every podcast, but for the majority of them, have Mountain Dew or some sort of drink that I like. This one, we're starting the first one off with Mountain Dew Spark. Sponsor me. Okay.
Yep.
That was so they know, little pause.
Absolutely.
It's a little raspberry lemonade Mountain Dew, so just something light, and then we're good to go. A little Mountain Dew to kick off your night at 10:30. Nothing like it. I've been thinking about starting a podcast for a bit. I usually am the type of person that I just rant whenever I talk about things. Just once I start going, I don't stop. So I think a podcast is the perfect place for people to not have to listen to me if they don't want to, because it's fully up to you if you want to listen to it. So you're choosing to hear my rants now, and it just lets me get them out. So I think that's the best reason for me to have a podcast. And I'm glad I have Noah around, because he can keep me a little, level-headed. And we have the same interests, and we like talking on the same topics. So it'll be a good back and forth. So originally, me and Noah talked about, thinking of starting a podcast after, I think one day I just kind of ranted about soccer to him for no reason. I don't think he understood any of it. I was like, I should start a podcast, as every guy in their 20s does. Once they have an idea that they think is good, they just assume podcast is the next step because they're a genius, obviously. At first it was like, let's do a sports podcast because we have a ton of sports that we talk about, and that's our main wheelhouse. We both got degrees in sport management. Let me uncover my diploma I spent 4 years getting right there, my degree in sport management. And we cover it back up because who cares about a piece of paper? Sports is kind of our wheelhouse and our main thing. But we kind of pivoted at one point while talking about it, because one day I was like, sometimes I might just want to talk about something else that's not sports. So Noah was like, that's a great idea. I think we could just leave it open to anything. Which then made picking a name a lot harder. So you guys got stuck with Hypervision. If you don't like it, I don't care.
Which means?
So Hypervision actually, it's got a couple of meanings to it. So one thing that I've always stuck with for a bit is stuff with vision and looking up and being able to look around and focus on what's around you. Because as I'm a college, no, not a college, high school. That's what it is. Different, a little bit different. I did talk about in college, but I'm a high school coach for my soccer team. And kind of the main thing I always preach to them in soccer is keeping your head up, checking your shoulder, all that kind of stuff, which are very big parts of that. Just seems simple, that can take every single thing of your game to the next level. But then I've kind of thought about it more that kind of mentality of always looking up, seeing what's next, seeing what's around you is just a great lifestyle kind of thing too. So in my mind, vision and trying to, just keep yourself in check, keep focused, keep going forward, and keep track of yourself, keep yourself accountable. It's just a big thing that I want to live my life by. So I was trying to do my best to find, stuff with that around the name, while also, incorporating Noah's idea. And I'll let Noah do a little bit of talking on that.
Yeah, basically just sports stuff, really. I mean, along with potentially like real world topics, maybe. I don't know. I mean, like not anything serious, but like I don't know, like celebrity stuff. I don't know. I mean, we're both interested in like
just like common world view, current events,
stuff like that. But yeah, mainly sports. Like we're gonna talk about in a little bit NFL, because NFL is going into the playoffs. So
as of the time recording this, it's going to the playoffs.
As of the time of recording, correct? Yes. So
when our predictions are completely wrong later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I'm going 100%. Never mind. Yeah. So Noah's, his thing was like, let's leave it open to everything. So we were looking for names that incorporated his side of like, we can do anything we want with this because it's our freedom to, speak on anything we want. It's what we want to do. That's why we're doing it. So trying to find, something that did everything with my idea of like the vision kind of thing. So I looked around at like prefix names, and Hyper was one of them. Apparently, I don't remember learning this because I'm graduated, so I don't remember anything. The prefix Hyper means beyond, more than, or more than normal. So for me, hearing that it meant like more than, because I kind of want this podcast eventually to be more than just a podcast. It'd be cool if I could get it to the point where it's like people have their own personal brand and stuff like that. It'd be insane if I had it as a brand that somehow was like a side business. I'm not going to worry about that until it ever gets there. But why not shoot for the stars?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I could ever, get this to that point. Actually, speaking of shooting for the stars, my friend Jake, who just got drafted to the MLS like 4 hours ago, I think 4 hours, just liked my thing on Instagram. So shout out to him. Pretty cool.
Congratulations.
I got a former teammate that is now in a professional league. So who's to say you can't shoot for the stars? That guy's proof. So yeah, that's kind of just what I gathered from the name I wanted to make with it. And yeah, I think it fits pretty well with what me and Noah believed we wanted to do with it. Yeah, since we're doing the idea that we can kind of just, have the freedom to talk on whatever we want to, we're not going to, like box ourselves into one topic. It does open up a little bit of freedom for us to like bring in different people, like our friends or someone we end up finding along the way that wants to talk on a certain topic that we think could bring a lot to a discussion. So like, we thought of a couple of things. You guys won't know this if you're a random person listening, but if you know us, the one topic I'm looking forward to the most, and he has no clue of this, is my friend Michael. He's notoriously great with advice and women. So I think if we did, like a Michael talks relationship advice with Drew and Noah, it's a classic, obvious thing for a podcast that we could get on there. Yeah, and if that's my main podcast I want to get across. I don't know. I'm sure Noah has some actual ideas that probably won't get us canceled.
No, that's fine. I think he'd be a great guest. I could talk to some of my friends too. I don't know if they'd be encouraged to be on. I don't know what they could talk about, but yeah, that's a good. I think that'd be great, especially for two guys. Well, three guys if you have Michael on. That would be great to have. Yeah. Why not?
Nothing wrong with three single guys giving relationship advice. It's how America runs.
Coaches don't play, as they say.
Coaches don't play. Exactly. And since we are doing this remotely, through Zoom, it slightly opens up for now. We'll see what the future brings. So you want to fund a studio? Please send me money.
We'll start a GoFundMe.
I'll put my Venmo in the YouTube bio. Or in the description, so you can Venmo me money for a studio. Mm-hmm. But since we don't actually know, I don't really think I know how to use Zoom. I just sent Noah a link, something like that. We'll figure out if we can actually do guest on this, but it makes it easier. We're 3 hours from each other. So it opens up a lot of availability. We don't have to worry about getting into the same place at the same time. And that makes it easier with guests. So hopefully we'll be able to, have that opportunity to bring other people in here.
Absolutely. I agree.
But, since we were going to start out as a sports podcast, we figured just on the first one would take it easy. We wouldn't go too in depth on anything, go too crazy with big concepts or something like that. So we'd start off, I figured, both of us take a little thing we want to talk about sports. I did a half of mine already talking about Jake. I was just going to shout him out a little bit since it was today. So, just for my little quick thing I wanted to talk about with that, share my screen here so the viewers on YouTube can see what we're dealing with. There's Messi, by the way. That's a future podcast. He's the best of all time. Don't argue. Okay, first thing I'm talking about. It's just cool. It's not every day you see someone get drafted. It's right here. Jake was taken second round to Columbus Crew, which is even crazier that he's played in Ohio his whole life and gets to stay there, gets drafted by them. It's just insane to see a guy that I grew up with be able to grow from going to NAIA to transferring to Bowling Green, playing D1, winning conference championships, going to the national tournament, and then seeing him get drafted. So proud of what he's done, and hopefully he can keep going. So that was just a little quick thing I wanted to get on. The main thing I wanted to talk about, big tournament in soccer. So all you soccer people that I know are watching, African Cup of Nations just started as of the time of recording. This is the third day of games, I think. It started on Sunday. Today's a Tuesday. So I just wanted to, because obviously Noah's a big soccer guy, as everyone that knows Noah knows. Huge. That. Huge soccer guy. I guarantee he could name all these teams and give me a player on them. But it's soccer's a huge part of my life, so I'm going to share what I can because this is a very big tournament and I like it. We've got the third day of games just happened. We've got some of the best players in the world actually playing in this tournament, which happened right here with Nigeria, Egypt. Egypt is one of the favorites. I think the second biggest odds to win the tournament with Mohamed Salah. I don't know if he's a household name to anybody at this point, but he is the captain right here. He is probably the most informed player in Europe right now. I think he's just destroying everybody in goal scoring right now. I'll even fact check that really quick. Maybe I just wanted this season. So this season alone, thank you for the cookies. Thank you for that too. Thanks for your free advertisement. Let's advertise EA because they need it more.
They're a small indie company. They need it.
Small company. So he's already 20 games into the season and has 16 goals, which is an insane return. So players like him are competing for big trophies this winter. But what I'm most excited about for it is this team here, Senegal, because as you can see right here, I actually pointed to the right side this time. I'm a Chelsea fan. And Chelsea's starting goalkeeper, what number is he? I can't even find him now. It's not number 1. Wow. The bad I don't know his number. There he is, number 16, Mendy. Edouard Mendy, starting goalkeeper for Senegal. Actually, he missed the first game, which is going to be an interesting tournament between a lot of COVID cases going on right now. 3 Senegal players already tested positive, so they're going to miss the first few games. But either way, it'll be fun to watch a lot of these players get the chance to actually shine and hopefully get big moves, bring some money in. Everything's better with money. But real quick, I'm just going to give my predictions on it. Obviously, so if we look at the AFCON odds, which is the African Cup of Nations, right here it says Senegal is supposed to be the top 1, Algeria, and then Egypt, and then Ivory Coast. Senegal is the favorites, and I'm actually going to go ahead and say I think Senegal are winning it all. My friend Ian, I assume you're going to watch this podcast at some point. If not, you're going to watch it just because I'm going to tell you to. He's pretty upset because he actually put money on Egypt to win. We don't endorse betting, by the way. But go ahead and do it if you want.
What?
So yeah, he's already put money on Egypt to win this whole tournament. And they started off their tournament today. with a 1-0 loss to Nigeria, which will probably be one of the hardest games of the tournament. So I don't see them setting that back too much, but we'll see. I don't see Egypt doing it. To be honest, I think Salah is about a one-man army over there, so I'm not too worried about them. But I would honestly say I'm going to see Senegal, and I'm probably going to see Algeria in the finals. So once this comes around, we'll be a little bit later in the tournament once this uploads, because this will be in 2 weeks from now, and that'll be, yeah, we'll be well into the knockout stage at that point. So we'll see if I'm even close to right. I could be completely wrong, but I've could easily see Senegal and Algeria being in the final to each other, with Senegal winning and Edouard Mendy, the Chelsea goalkeeper, scoring a hat trick.
I like
it's not too far-fetched of a prediction to say a goalkeeper is going to score a hat trick. I mean, look,
I'm not well versed on soccer, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty.
He's what? He's only 6'4". I thought he was like 6'7". Well, okay, maybe 2 goals. He's not 6'7". I thought he's only 6'4". So only 2 goals.
That'd be pretty tough.
Yeah, no, it's easy. It's so easy to score goals in soccer. Just kick it.
Yeah, all you're doing is kicking a ball.
No, you got any predictions? I don't know if you know any of these players that I've listed off so far.
I do know Salah. I've heard of Salah.
You've heard of Salah, Morocco's even got a couple of good players. They could be someone to upset a couple teams.
Yeah, I saw an article that was saying that Salah is the best player in soccer right now. So
that's a very could be true. He's probably in the best form of anyone currently.
But I like.
Let's see. You want to go by flags or by name?
I like Sierra Leone.
Okay, they've actually got that's a pretty decent result. They tied Algeria. So let me see. I'll check their squad for you. See if I remember anyone on this team, because I think they had a Columbus Crew. Shout out to them. Yeah, Kai Kamara, he used to play for them, hometown team. But he's long gone from that team. I think he's been on 3 or 4 different MLS teams since then. But still a good player. Absolutely killed it when he was on Columbus. Without the faces, I'm not gonna read that many names. It's just too much work. Steven Kalker's actually not bad. I know that. Not a bad team. You never know. All it is about tournament time is just getting hot at the right time. Making sure you get it right on game day. Because you can be as good as you want to be on paper, but it doesn't matter. As Salah saw today, getting shut out.
Yep. Boom. All right, that's my team.
That's our bold prediction.
I'll take him.
Noah says Sierra Leone.
I'll take him.
We'll see how that goes. I'm saying Senegal over Algeria in the final with a Mendy, either 2 goals or 3 goals. We'll see. Just depends on how the game goes that day.
Now that's a lock. Bet on that.
Yeah, that's a lock. You can take that to the bank, but don't do that. Don't. If you do it, I didn't tell you. I don't think I said anything, actually. So there's that. Now the big ticket item.
All right.
Noah's big topic he wants to bring up.
So this one we can both talk about.
Yeah.
But it is the NFL playoffs have started.
NFL playoffs. And as of recording, we are right in front of the wild card. Crazy.
I'm super pumped. I love football.
Right off the back of the insane, let's go back to it really quick before we do anything here, just because I can't not talk about it. This Raiders Chargers game to end the season.
Week 18 was insane.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely insane. There was almost a tie, which was like
would have been even funnier as people that don't like the Steelers. So if you like the Steelers, you're wrong.
I don't, because I'm a Browns fan. So let's not talk about that. Okay, on to the playoffs.
Yeah, we're on to the playoffs. We can talk about the Browns.
First game.
I gotta talk about this real quick. It's just insane.
That
Justin Herbert's not in the playoffs, but Big Ben is.
I understand.
I don't get it. The dude was dealing on 4th down, converted a 4th and 21 for a touchdown.
Yeah, That dude is special. He is special.
One for the future for sure.
So
So yeah, once this loads, we'll be good. Oh, we had the wild card for a second. Here we go. So we're gonna make our predictions for at least the wild card because we can see the Lions currently. We can't, not the Lions, because we'll never see them in the playoffs.
not yet.
Never. I'm not. No, we're not doing that. The line for the game. We'll make our predictions on that. Whether no one's got to coach me a little bit on that because I don't know if I actually know it. But yeah, we'll do our predictions, and then we even have our little bracket, one for me, one for Noah, that we're gonna go through and do a full bracket for it, and then we'll compare it once we get through the season, and we'll see how Noah feels when I get all of them right.
Yep. I still feel like even if we get them wrong, we should just go through week by week, just the games real quick. Still make predictions based on if we're wrong.
Now we'll do like in the NCAA tournament, like the March Madness, the second chance bracket stuff.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like that. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, too. Yeah.
I
was just thinking if you pick the Raiders over the Bengals and then the Bills over the Patriots, but the opposite teams win, we could still the next week say, okay, we got it wrong, but let's still pick a winner, and then
right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So first one up on Saturday, January 15th, which is in 4 days. 4 days.
Yeah, 4 days.
We have the Saturday. Raiders at the Bengals.
Raiders at the Bengals. What's the line?
The Bengals -5.5.
That's a lot of points.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase in the form of their lives right now. Although I guess no matter what Jamar Chase does, he's in the form of his life. It's his first year.
Yeah, that dude's special too.
But yeah, he's had an insane year. Broke the single season receiving record, I think, for the Bengals already.
Yep.
Right. And I think Joe Burrow broke the passing record for single season for the Bengals also.
I believe so. It wouldn't surprise me.
So that's already insane. It's first full year for both of them. Yep. First year in general for Jamar. T. Higgins also had a crazy year. But the Raiders, let's talk about them. I'm not going to go too in-depth on them. They've had their fair share of,
I'll tell you what.
To deal with.
Yeah.
They had to have a new coach halfway through the season, players coming and going. It's losing Darren Waller who's arguably, no matter what, their best player on offense at least.
Yeah. But they've
somehow found a way. Went from 5-2 to 10-7, but
they persevered for sure. They've had so many issues.
They went through the craziest game of the season at week 18 against the Chargers there.
Yep. So
it should be a good game. I'm going to agree with – I don't know how the line works still, but I'm going to say I'm taking Bengals. It's a home game for them. The Raiders got to come into a cold weather after playing in a dome all year.
Yeah.
They barely got it done. They barely got it done against the Browns with Case Keenum. And that's cold weather city too. I don't know if they're a cold weather team.
Yeah. So you're going Bengals?
I'm going Bengals.
Taking Bengals?
For some reason, although let me think about this. Bengals fans, cover your ears because you haven't won a playoff game since 1991 or something.
I don't know. I'm just mad that they're in there and the Browns aren't, but that's a whole other story.
Well, so Browns got it last year. They had their shot.
Well, okay.
I won't bring that up again. Sorry. It's all right. We'll get to my stuff next from last year. It's okay. We'll get there. But do I trust? Because this is if I think the Bengals have an experience to actually win a playoff game. It's different. Playoff games are just different.
That's true. They're a very young team.
Derek Carr is more than experienced. He's more than got his head on his shoulders. Darren Waller is finally back.
Mm-hmm. That defense isn't bad.
I assume I know college is much farther. English works. College is a completely different game than it is to the pros. But I've also seen how Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase do when they're in that kind of arena. So just for that reason, I think they get it done on the first day. They get it done on the wild card. I'm gonna side Bengals still.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Bengals as well. I think that stadium's gonna be insane. It's gonna be sold out.
That is true.
They're gonna be so hyped.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Sold out if they can.
I
don't know if they're allowed to, honestly.
That's true. Yeah.
We'll see what COVID does.
But yeah, I'll go Bengals. But I think it's gonna be close. I think 5.5 is a lot of points. But I think Bengals can get it done.
Young Mac Jones versus the Bills that fell just short last year and had a pretty rough year this year still. 11-6, lost to the Jags once, lost to at least one other team that's just not really that great this year.
Yep.
Josh Allen took a bit to get going, but I think at the end of the season he started cooking a little bit. Stephon Diggs stepping up. Defense is really good the first start of the majority of the season because I had them in fantasy for the Bills. And then they decided to fall apart at the end.
Yep.
Really helped me out as I dropped 60 points in the semifinals. Adam, I hate you.
Yeah, so
I might let you go first here because I'm indifferent.
Here's Patriots Bills. I think you can never count out a Bill Belichick team, especially in the playoffs.
Right.
But I just think Mac Jones is I think he's done all right, but I don't think the Bills defense is really good. And they're going to be home. I love home, but I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. I'm going to go with the Bills, I think. Yeah.
Just so at some point I know we disagree on something. I'm going to go ahead and pick Patriots then.
All right.
I'm split down the middle here. It's whether or not Josh Allen shows up on the day, I think. I think he's going to try to hurdle too many linemen. Probably. That'll be Josh Allen's downfall, is hurdling too many people. I'm going to go Patriots. Mac Jones, next Tom Brady. So you're saying you're going Bills, easy. I'm going Patriots, easy. Okay. Flying through this. All right, this is the tough one. Start of the NFC. We have the high-flying Eagles against the Buccaneers. Who are they?
That's a big spread. 8.5.
Yeah, that's a big spread.
That's.
I mean, obviously, I'm picking Tampa here. I don't care who they've lost with Godwin and who's the other guy, Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
with whatever's going on there.
Yeah,
but Jalen Hurts only has Devontae Smith and then Jalen Reagor. I forget how you say his name.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm not up there. I mean, you can literally see what Jalen Hurts' main thing is. Tampa Bay's pretty good defense. He's literally sitting there on the rushing leader for both teams, which I mean, it's good. 10 rushing touchdowns is crazy, but
Buccaneers are getting back their best pass rusher off the COVID list, so that's going to be pretty big for them.
Yeah,
and yeah, so I don't know. I feel like there's just something. I feel like this could be closer. 8.5 is a lot of points.
Well, I think was it the first round last year? The Bucs almost lost to the football team, right? In the wild card.
Oh yeah, because Heineke.
The GOAT, Taylor Heineke, the GOAT. Hopefully he still has a job next year. He's fun to watch. He's fun to watch.
But yes, absolutely.
He's had a rough go.
It's
the same division though. Maybe it's just that division. Because we already know Tom Brady struggles in that division. He's 0-2 against Eli in the Super Bowl.
I don't know.
And he lost to the Eagles. He lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl recently.
He did.
That's not his division. That's just not his division.
I don't know. I just feel like that team steps up in big moments. I have to go Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm still going Tampa Bay, but
I gotta go Tampa Bay.
I'm playing devil's advocate a little bit. Yeah, so easy.
Yep, which is fair.
Tampa, easy. This one I might even do the same thing here. I might just go opposite what you say. We got the 49ers and the Cowboys in Dallas. Dallas by 3 is what it's telling us. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna go quick here. I'm not sold on the 49ers. I'm going Dallas. I'm just not sold on them.
All right, fine. I'll go 49ers. I'll go 49ers.
I just don't think their offense can do. I don't think their offense can outscore the Cowboys. That's the thing.
I
As
love
good as the
me-
49ers can be on defense, I just don't see their offense matching Dak Prescott.
I love me some Kyle Shanahan. So
He is a good coach.
I like it. I'll take him. I'll ride with him. Hopefully Dak decides he doesn't want to play.
It's one of those mid-season games.
Yeah.
Oh wait, really tough one now. We've got
Sorry,
Steelers at the Chiefs. Now
That
the
spread is
line's 12 and a half. You
which
know
is a
Big
lot.
Ben. You know Big Ben is going out with it. He's going out strong.
Dude, he's gonna
And
sling.
by strong, I mean he's going out like with a blowout.
I want to
He's
know what
losing
the
by 30.
I want to know what the over under is on him on his passing attempts. That dude's gonna throw the ball so many times.
That's the thing. When you play Mahomes, you have to.
Yeah. So yeah,
this is the thing. This was a down year for Mahomes, doing 4,800 yards, which is 400 more than Dak. Just under Matthew Stafford, who had every weapon possible this year. Above Josh Allen, above Derek Carr, who actually, I mean, his numbers are insane for everything the Raiders had this year. But also 37 touchdowns. That's a bad year for him.
Yep. But it would be, and I know it's probably not going to happen, but if the Steelers could pull it out, that would be.
It'd be such a Big Ben thing.
It really would.
But I'm just gonna go ahead and predict it for you because none of us like the Steelers. So who cares? We're not gonna give them an upset.
No, for sure. But that
everyone
would be
knows
hilarious.
a podcast is going to at one point contradict itself, be a hypocrite, and be biased. So we're just gonna start off early with all three, probably. Why not?
I like it.
Now this
And
one
last-
is another good
last
one.
game-
Cardinals Rams.
Yeah, this is
I
interesting.
honestly have said before, I see the Cardinals getting blown out in their first game or winning the Super Bowl. I think they're that kind of team.
That's fair. They've been struggling.
Then I've also
As of
said
late.
I've seen the Rams getting blown out in their first game or winning the Super Bowl because the Rams, I think, have the best team in the league on paper.
Yep.
Even with the Robert Woods injury, I still feel that way. Their defense is stacked. Matthew Stafford's still a good quarterback. Maybe they got him a little bit too late in his career to be as prolific as he could be, but he still threw for almost 5,000 yards and 41 touchdowns, slightly thanks to that man Cooper Kupp, who probably won a lot of people their fantasy seasons. Not you.
Not me.
Not you.
Not me.
I think I am a Kyler fan here, so I think that's where I'm going to lean because I just for some reason I don't see the Rams actually clicking still.
Yeah,
I think
that's
the
fair.
Cardinals
I don't know.
are gonna come out on top.
The Cardinals have just struggled. I don't know. They've been struggling a lot recently. They've dropped. Did they lose last game? I forget. Who'd they play?
The Cardinals or Rams?
The Cardinals. Who'd they play last? I forget who they played last week.
Let's get a McDonald's ad from ESPN there for a second. Threw me off. McDonald's sponsor me.
Heck yeah, or Taco Bell, but whatever.
So what team are we talking about? The Cardinals?
Yeah, Cardinals. Last game. Who did they? I guess I could look at it too.
So I forget their last game, but they just
Let me
beat the
see.
Cowboys in week 17, which is huge.
Oh, they played the Seahawks and lost.
Yeah, but
Week 18.
Russell did deal that game finally.
So I don't know.
Russell and Tyler Lockett finally had their game they were waiting on.
And it's at SoFi. That's gonna be a good game. You're picking Cardinals. Okay, I'll go Rams.
All right.
I'll see what Staff's got.
What are you feeling here?
All right.
Titans Bengals. It's at Tennessee. They have Derrick Henry back. This is 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, he's gonna be healthy at least. Probably not, maybe not 100%, but he'll be as healthy as.
Probably a healthy AJ Brown and Julio finally.
Yeah, so they're gonna be clicking. I gotta go with them. But I mean, the Bengals, if they win that, I feel like that's gonna be a lot of momentum. So I don't know. Should be good. But I'm gonna go Titans for sure.
Okay. We'll finish up your AFC side. You got the Chiefs at home to the Bills. Buffalo. So the rematch of last year's AFC Championship.
Yep.
This one's in Kansas again. And I'll
I
say Steelers.
I would have to go Chiefs. I gotta stick with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, we'll look at my AFC. I've got Titans, so I think mine's actually just going to be slightly flipped. Because I would have Titans Patriots. So I'm just going to go ahead and put Titans through. Bengals will be out. But then on this side it would be Chiefs Bengals. I just don't see the Patriots being able to do anything with the Titans if Derrick Henry's back and the receivers are fit.
yeah.
Chiefs Bengals. I know we already saw this. I know the Bengals won regular season. Playoff Mahomes is a different breed. Chiefs going through. AFC championship. We both have Titans Chiefs. So we're going with the obvious picks here, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
There could be a Cinderella story. I already know where I'm going in NFC, and I think if someone has picked up on anything, they know where I'm going there too. So we'll go to yours. You had, would it be Buccaneers 49ers actually? Packers would play the lowest seed. You had Rams, Niners. So you would have Green Bay for San Francisco for this game. And then you would have Tampa Bay versus LA. So we'll go first.
Green Bay,
the number one seed.
I forget what I was.
So,
Packers and 49ers.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's at Lambeau, and
Yep.
I can't bet against Rodgers, so it's got to be Packers.
That's what we like to hear. And then you've got the Rams at Tampa Bay. So Matthew Stafford, I think, didn't they play regular season and Tampa Bay got blown out?
They did play. That was actually
week 3.
SoFi.
Week 3, 34-24. That game, Stafford threw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. It was just an insane game for them, actually, because Tom Brady even threw for 432 and a touchdown. No interceptions on either of them. Yeah, they just got up to a big lead, 31-14 in the third quarter. Deshaun Jackson somehow broke off for a 75-yard touchdown in the second, or early in the third. It was kind of over from there. That was a good one, though.
Damn, that's a tough one. So I'm gonna go. I'll go Rams. Why not?
Okay. Message you wrap it up a little bit because we had Packers Rams on the same side. It's all right. I'll just put that there. Let's just so we know Buccaneers means Rams. I'm gonna put that.
I really just bet against Tom Brady. I'm gonna brutally regret that.
Your bracket says Buccaneers, but it actually means Rams. That's why I put Rams in the score.
Okay.
So.
Cannot believe I just did that, but.
So your AFC championship is Titans Chiefs. NFC is Rams Packers.
That just sounds so wrong.
Hey, he's 44. Okay, so I'll go with my NFC. I think mine's actually set up correctly. With Packers playing the Cardinals because they're the 5 seed. Yeah. So I would have Packers Cardinals. Even though I said the Cardinals either lose first round or go to the Super Bowl, Packers obviously don't lose until they get to this game here. So they're going to the NFC Championship. And then we have the Cowboys at the Buccaneers. Do I want a rematch of did Dez catch it? Or do I want a rematch of last year's NFC Championship? Or do I just go with what I think actually is going to happen?
I would say that one, but
on a day, it's at Tampa. On the day of that game, barring injuries, I'm gonna go. I'm picking Tom. I'm picking Tom.
It's hard. It's hard to bet against them. It truly, especially in the playoffs. So,
okay.
But I did so.
Yeah. So then we'll stick here on mine. I'll go AFC Titans Chiefs. I'm not even gonna think twice. Chiefs going to the Super Bowl again. 3rd year in a row. Why not?
I think
Mahomes all the way. We're gonna have the same Super Bowl because it's not happening again.
I would love for
Pack
this
and
to be the
6.
Super Bowl.
Packers and 6. Chiefs, Packers in the Super Bowl. Book it now. What are we saying? Same thing
The winners?
for the championship games. You going Chiefs, Packers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going. All right.
So
Now.
we come to the same conclusion.
Come to the same Super Bowl. The most obvious one.
I would love for this to be the Super Bowl.
I'm going to go ahead and put out my prediction, even with a score. That's how confident I am. Green Bay wins. The Chiefs put up, I'm going to say 20. Packers put up 31. That's my prediction.
So
31-20 Green Bay. And I'll say it right. Can I put a note on the screen? Match info description. Game is 24-20 with 4. How do you type? 4 left. Lazard scores icing touchdown. Lazard makes it an 11-point game, puts the game out of reach for a Patrick Mahomes late drive. They don't get it. Kevin King, and I'm just kidding. Big stop from the Packers. If Kevin King sees the field, you will see us lose right here in this game against the Cardinals. Kevin King, if you're watching this podcast, I'm sorry. Play defense, buddy. Please.
play defense. Don't get burned by a what 5 foot
Scotty
white
Barnes,
guy.
Scotty Miller. I don't know.
Scotty Miller, baby.
Scotty
Burned
Barnes is
him.
in the NBA. Plays for the Raptors or something. All right. What are we thinking for you?
Burned him.
You got Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes on his revenge tour, Aaron Rodgers on his. Is it even a revenge tour for what he did in the offseason? I don't really know.
I don't know.
He's on his own thing. He's doing his own thing.
So I have to say that I would love to see Rodgers win their Super Bowl. It would be awesome. But if you're telling me to pick the game,
So that's why I already picked the Chiefs once you said you would love it.
if I'm picking the game, I just think that the Chiefs can dice up the Packers defense.
Saw it once. Jordan Love almost beat them.
I mean, so I don't know. I love Rodgers, but
If you're going Chiefs, that's fine. You got a score for it?
a score. Super Bowls are weird. I feel like it's never.
I feel like it'll take off the second half.
It's almost like a Thursday night game.
Sometimes
Like
it can be. It really can be.
Like
Especially
the Patriots
the
Rams.
That's what I was gonna
Patriots
say.
Rams.
Patriots. That was the Thursday night game if I've ever seen one, or Tuesday when those get shoved back. The Ian Book game.
Oh boy!
Saved your season.
Baby.
Saved your season.
Shout out Miami Dolphins defense for the 25 points.
Abe, you blew it. Also, while we're on this topic, really quick, Nick, if you ever hear this podcast, let me just bring this up real quick. Where's Kirk Cousins? I don't see. Oh, he didn't make the playoffs. My bad. Under 500 with Justin Jefferson, who I'll even admit is like a top 5 receiver in the league right now. Adam Thielen, a great receiver. Dalvin Cook, good defense. Great kicker. I don't actually know if that's still true anymore. I just remember the amazing kick that was it Blair Walsh missed in the playoffs. Yeah.
Yep.
Let me keep disrespecting Kirk Cousins because who's gonna stop me?
Absolutely nobody.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I cut you off there. Just
So score prediction, I would say let's go with. I'm going to say 30, 31, or 32, 28. Make it close.
a tight one.
Make it close.
You think it's gonna be the Packers catching up at the end, or the Chiefs?
I think so.
Just edge it right at the end. So you're gonna say it's like 30. You're gonna say it's maybe like 29 to 19. No, 29 to 20 maybe at one point.
Potentially, yes. I
Chiefs
I
go
feel
up.
like
Chiefs go up then with a field goal, and then the Packers got to go start going for it.
I feel Chiefs go up early, and then Rodgers just becomes prime Rodgers and just brings him back.
All right.
Him and Monte and Lazard just
flip
go
that.
for
Lazard
it.
and Devontae.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. And also, if anyone's wondering, I am not a biased Packers fan because owners aren't fans. I'm a biased Packers owner, by the way. I don't know how many other people can say they're an owner of their team, but I'm an owner of the Packers. So
Publicly owned.
Time to
That's
see a
the
return on
benefit.
investment. All right, I need a little bit here. I don't want to get slammed on my taxes this year, Yeah, that's why this covers up the diploma, because no one cares about the diploma. I care about owning an NFL team, and that's exactly how I view it.
As you should. As you should.
So I mean, we very clearly picked
All
probably
right,
the
well,
most
we'll see,
obvious route to the Super Bowl on paper.
Yeah, I'm sure we're probably wrong.
So
in some
when
aspects.
the Eagles run rampant on Tom, and then Big Ben somehow scrambles for like a 40-yard touchdown to win the game, we'll look like idiots, but so will everyone else. Don't even tell me. I don't care if you're a Steelers fan. Don't tell me you think Big Ben has a shot. Okay. No, he doesn't. We'll check back in as this progresses.
Want to wrap her up?
Yeah.
For the first episode of Hypervision.
Hypervision. I forgot the name for a bit. Thank you. Stop sharing. Cool. All right, so that's the main things we wanted to get across with this first one. Just set a foundation for what we want to accomplish, what we're feeling with the podcast, and why we felt that we can do this, and why we want to keep going. So hopefully we see a future with it. Hopefully, at least someone finds this enjoyable. That's not us. But if it ends up just being an outlet for us to talk, I could be completely fine with that.
And if you don't, come on the podcast. Why not? Let's discuss it.
We'll gladly hit. Maybe.
We'll turn this into First Take. Start arguing each other.
Yeah. We'll get another person on to be our moderator, rope us back in when we're going too far. But yeah, no, I mean, please, just give us ideas, show some support, share if you want to. If you've got any topics for us or people you think we could talk to about things, we are open to suggestions. Unless it's Adam, I don't want him on here.
He's gonna find this somehow and be like, "True."
I'll probably cut that out. But yeah, you just give us anyone to give us any ideas. We're open to that. I mean, that's the whole point of the podcast. We want to do things that, that we just feel like we could do. We're open to anything. I'm not going to box ourselves into a certain topic.
Yep. Yeah, like I didn't even mention, we talked about sports today, video games. We like video games a lot too. Never mentioned video games, so that's another thing.
Yeah.
So,
didn't even bring up Madden, but I don't want to talk about that game. So
we're talking about EA, Madden. No,
I did talk about EA, because when I went on ESPN, or what was it? Well, I forget what website it was.
You said you had an ad, I think.
When I wanted the Premier League site, and they showed me the Team of the Year thing, and I was like, cool, yeah, because Ultimate Team needs more advertising.
They need more money.
Yeah, clearly.
Small indie company.
Yeah. Speaking of money, please donate. Your support is all we need.
Yes. Absolutely.
So yeah, we'll be back. I think we're gonna do these every 2 weeks.
Yep.
We'll see if we care enough, to do one every week. I get lazy sometimes, so trying to put one out every week would be something that requires me to do things. And I don't like that. So
No, but I've had fun. I think this is good. Yeah. Good little starter episode. I think we'll each get better at it as we go.
Yeah. Nerves will settle. We'll be able to just act like this little camera thing isn't even here.
Yeah. So but yeah, I had fun.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Peace.